Starfield is a big game, and there are plenty of ways to augment your character with a specific selection of armor, weapons, ships, skills, factions, and theme. But if I wrapped this all together into a single term, I'd probably use playstyle. Someone's melee build might vary when compared to someone else's, but overall it's the same playstyle. And so now you know what I mean by playstyle. Welcome to Fudge Muppet, my name is Scott, and today we are diving into our favorites, our top 5 playstyles in Starfield in no particular order. Have you ever wanted to sail the starry seas, conquering and plundering your way through the settled systems, driving a frigate with savage cannon fire, tearing apart enemy ships, either sending them to their gods or leaving them floating in the void, awaiting the terrible demon that is you, who is silently readying to board and slaughter them all in a gullet full of hailing lead? Undoubtedly, being a full-time pirate is one of my favorite ways to play Starfield, but the trick is in the committal. No half measures here. To truly immerse yourself in the pirate experience, you're gonna want to abandon all course and cause that lay on the right side of the law. Screw the Freestar, screw the Vanguard, you aren't some pen pusher for Ryogen either. You'll want to join the Crimson Fleet all in and begin your reign of terror, stacking loads of credits and plunder in the process. With a well thought out skill setup and a well built ship, the feeling you should have is like that of Captain Nathaniel Flint in the opening of Treasure Planet, arriving from the star-dappled depths, bursting forth with your grav drive and raiding to your heart's content before vanishing again in an instant. This playstyle is rather straightforward. Board ships, plunder them, raid civilian settlements and cities, avoid the law, sell your illegally gotten goods, or set up your own Treasure Planet hordes with little settlements on the fringes of known space. I've linked our pirate build in the description below, and it has more information on specific recommendations for skills, but broadly I feel like the following areas are quite important. Firstly, we want those tech skills. We need to be a good pilot if we want to be outfighting the UC Navy on the regular, and the boost pack is such a cool vibe for a space pirate, descending from above as a space raider while just mowing down foes with the legendary rifle Revenant, the unique weapon that belonged to the very founder of the Crimson Fleet, and my personal pirate build's choice of armament was that exact weapon. I invested in the likes of rifle certification and ballistics. Also, given the plundering nature of this playstyle, I also like to invest into some scavenging to find more loot and commerce to sell said loot for a higher price. And the intimidation skill is also fun to use in both dialogue and gameplay, further cementing that feel of a terrifying pirate legend. To me, this is the ultimate evil style playthrough in Starfield, and it's a whole lot of fun. But to completely change up the vibe, let's talk about the Explorer Scientist. This was my second and main character, and ultimately, this playstyle encapsulates the way Starfield kinda wants you to play. You're a good guy, the cast of companions are gonna love you, and it's much easier to relate to them and their mission when you are a Constellation Maxi and you fully commit to their mission of space exploration. Unlike many people, I had a great time with exploration, and I think a good part of that is the fact that I invested early in skills that are devoted to exploration, resulting in a playstyle that takes out a ton of the tedium that can occur otherwise, and rather allows you to cycle through heaps of different planets in half the time, witnessing all the environments and aliens that Starfield has to offer, which are just so easy to miss unless you are a dedicated explorer. The science tree is the game changer here. Surveying is a skill that by the final rank drastically increases the range of your scanner, so you can be hopping around on your boost pack, just swinging your vision about and scanning your targets from a comfy distance. And even better, with all 4 ranks of botany and zoology, instead of the usual 8 species to scan, you need only 4 scanned to 100% the creature or plant, so it really does halve the time. You will often come across a single herd of a creature and just 100% it straight away, or 2 hunting pairs of a predator, and you're done. All these skills drastically speed up the process, and with that sped up process, especially in the early game, you can definitely rack up some serious XP, more so if you're focusing on the Constellation mission board, offering extra credits and XP as well. I chose the xenobiologist background and was glad I did, because it just makes the UC Vanguard storyline so much more interesting, with a whole host of special dialogue options that you can choose, and its starting skills are a great start. Do not neglect fitness, and boost pack training. These also drastically help your exploration by, of course, upping your mobility considerably. Ultimately, the playstyle of a dedicated explorer, building relationships with all the members of Constellation, venturing into the far-off fringes of space, seeing all the cool aliens and environments, it's a great way to play, but you need to invest in your exploration capabilities. So, the Gunslinger was my second playthrough and became my completionist type character. However, my very first character was the Gunslinger, and our Gunslinger build was a perfected version of my first playthrough. Gunslingers are always a favorite of mine. I love the Western cowboy aesthetic, and so when I saw the Freestar Collective's thematic frontier tone, I just had to play a Gunslinger on my first run. And you can see how fun it looks. A Razorback revolver with the binary trigger mod fulfills the quick draw fastest gun fantasy where you can rapidly unload 6 shots before they get wise. The whole Freestar Rangers questline feels perfect for this kind of playstyle, and in my opinion this is the best way to truly immerse yourself in it, playing some kind of space marshal tracking down criminals across the vastness of space. Investing deep in the combat skills is the path forward here, taking the likes of pistol certification, ballistics, rapid reloading, targeting, marksmanship, armor penetration, and even things like crippling just for the extra mile of fun. The Gunslinger build we made is our take on the playstyle, hyper-focused around combat effectiveness, made to make you feel like you're in some kind of space spaghetti western, and also we don't go neglecting maneuverability either. To make this playstyle extra fun, I'd highly recommend getting all 4 ranks of gymnastics so you can do all these awesome combat slides and jump to some crazy heights, running and jumping throughout the environment as some acrobatic 6-shooting gunslinging legend. Pirates and spacers alike will fear your name. I highly recommend this playstyle, and do check out our build for more in-depth information, but of course, the obligatory prescription for anyone tackling this playstyle: you've got to get yourself a cowboy hat. Stealth is harder in this game than in previous Bethesda titles, at least initially with low skill investment. Now, while stealth melee is rather tricky, and I'd go as far to say not rewarding, stealth guns is a great chunk of fun. Playing as a combination between Agent 47 and John Wick in space is quite the experience, and with some strategic investment in the physical and science skill groups, you will end up as the ideal space assassin. The stealth and concealment skills are critically necessary for this build, and taking gymnastics is also great so you can take advantage of that extra verticality without breaking your stealth with your boost pack. But equally important is the spacesuit design skill in the second tier of science. Unlocking the ability to place gravitic composite mods on your spacesuit drastically changes your stealthing capability. It makes stealth far better, plus you don't have to deal with taking your suit on and off over and over again to gain the benefits of less equipped weight. Gravitic composites is just better regardless. You may as well go into weapon design as well, so you can suppress and spec out all of the weapons to your preferences, and Assassin's killing tools are vitally important, and speccing them out with some of the more experimental mods can be really fun. But at the end of the day, the Gravitic Composites mod, Concealment rank 4 and Stealth rank 4 results in an awesome and very effective playstyle, so you can be the perfect Ryogen corporate assassin hunting down enemy agents in cat and mouse games of espionage. Now, I know I said this list is in no particular order. I lied. The Bounty Hunter is my personal favorite of the bunch. There is nothing cooler than role-playing as a boost-packing bounty hunter in space. Star Wars most certainly took many influences from westerns, and the rogues gallery of bounty hunters has become a staple of many sci-fi universes, and of course at the forefront of such are the iconic characters like Boba or Jango Fett, and to be honest, Mandalorians in general are very popular, and for good reason. The image of a masked bounty hunter decked out in armor, using an array of weaponry and gadgets as he jetpacks around the place, hunting his target no matter where they go, is just such an awesome fantasy, and in Starfield this is a playstyle you can absolutely pull off. If you are curious, we made a dedicated bounty hunter build that I feel captures the aesthetic and playstyle feel of a bounty hunter in Starfield, and look, yours might vary, but I think the bounty hunter playstyle is most encapsulated by the attitude of a merc for hire, taking marks for credits, building your arsenal of suits, ships, and experimental weaponry, all so you can remain on the eternal hunt. Thematically, you can approach many of the factions with this mercenary mindset, exchanging kills for creds, and of course there are plentiful missions from the Trackers Alliance involving taking down marks both in space and planet side. I think to be the most effective bounty hunter, you really need to be able to track your targets, whether they are making their escape in their ship through an asteroid field or whether they are hiding on some facility in a far-off jungle planet. So this is why I built my bounty hunter with this in mind. The tech tree is the big center of investment for a bounty hunter playstyle, and the bounty hunter background also gives a very good head start in this area. Boost pack training, piloting, targeting control systems, boost assault training, engine systems, there's just so much great stuff to get here. Most of it related to piloting, but man, all 4 ranks of boost assault training is a massive game changer, a must-have. The 70% slow-mo gained by aiming with your boost pack is just perfect for the vibe. Bursting into a room with your boost pack, using your slow-mo and just dropping all your foes in seconds, it's such a cool feeling. You are the ultimate professional. Another essential feel of the bounty hunter, at least in my opinion, is the array of weaponry and gadgets. Hence we use cryo mines, impact grenades, negotiator grenade launchers, mag snipers, star shard pistols with illegal annihilator rounds. I just love having weapons to deal with any situation. The science skills help here with both weapon engineering and spacesuit design, opening up a whole domain of customization that you really want to take advantage of. Also, you can check out our video on the channel about the fastest ship in the galaxy. That was a ship I designed for the bounty hunter build that is incredibly fast and built for a bounty hunter with 1 or 2 support crew. I just had such an amazing time with the bounty hunter playstyle, so look, I would highly recommend it. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is our top 5 playstyles in Starfield. To recap, the marauding, plundering, pirate playstyle, the ideal member of Constellation, the explorer scientist playstyle, the frontier justice that is the gunslinger playstyle, the smooth stealth guns assassin playstyle, and of course, my favorite playstyle, the bounty hunter. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and do be sure to let us know your favorite playstyles in Starfield down below in the comments. Thanks again. My name is Scott, and I'll be back to nerd out with you again soon.